What's up guys, Magic Navs here, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a new airsoft review on the Cyma / Matrix 40mm pistol grenade launcher in combination with the Airsoft Innovations 40 mic grenade shell. Let's get into this. So right off the bat, this is a super compact and easy to carry mini grenade launcher that if you really want to incorporate a grenade launcher into your loadout, but maybe you don't want to have it attached to your gun per se, you want this as like a backup. Any 40mm grenade shells you can essentially load into this, so it loads pretty cool, just like it's breech loaded, so you'll have this little lever right here that you just depress, and then it'll it's a brake action, as you can see, so it just goes down like this. You take your grenade shell, which I'll get to these in a moment, but you just load it from the back like so, and then you can just either close it up with two hands, or if you want to be cool, you can flip it up like that, and now you're ready to fire. There is, let me just unload this first. There is a safety. Granted, when you're closing it, if there's no shell in, you cannot close it like I just did without a shell. You have to depress it a little bit and then close it in order for it to lock. Otherwise, it bangs against the locking portion. The safety is only on the left side here. Is this little notch or lever right here. When it's in the up position, the safety's on. Flip it down, and now the safety is off, and you can see that little piece there is the firing pin, which obviously depresses your grenade shell and allows you to fire the grenade. It has two rails, one at the top, one at the bottom, so if you're really crazy, you can put an optic on this or some iron sights if you really will. Granted, it's a grenade launcher. You don't really need sights to aim with this. You just use the top of the rail to aim where you want to aim, and you're pretty much golden. You're gonna get a nice wide spread of BBs depending on what grenade shells you're using, obviously, as well. You have a bottom rail. If I don't even know what you would do. Maybe you could put like some. You could, I guess, put like a foregrip or something here just to make it a little bit more easier to control. But I mean, either you're gonna fire this one-handed like this, or if you really want to do two hands, I would have my thumb at the back here and then just kind of lean forward like that. There are some holsters that are 3D printed or just custom made that you can get for these, that obviously you could have it holstered onto your belt. But for me personally, I wanted something instead of like just a sling, just so that if I choose not to use this, I can easily just take it off, and I don't have to worry about switching things around on my belt. So all I did was I just got a little key ring right there, just attached to the trigger guard, and then get a simple 1-point, or sorry, this is a 1-point / 2-point sling that if you just clip that on there and you lock it, you can now have this slinged onto your back or onto your side. So then basically, if you decide to switch to this, all you would have to do, just because the sling limits your ability to extend your arms. I mean, this is just for carrying purposes. You wouldn't be able to, I mean, technically you could if you're like this, but that's not ideal. So all you would have to do is, if you're switching from your primary or secondary to this, you now would just have to unclip the lock to unlock it, take the clip off, or the clip that like clamps onto this, and now you're ready to fire, right? And then when you're done, just switch or just clip it back onto the sling, lock it, and now you can switch back to your primary or whatever gun you wish to switch to. So that's an option that I feel like is something you can consider. It would be nice, obviously, if it had if they included like a sling attachment point to this, like even just right here, right? You can kind of see with the way that this is the design, they could have easily put some sort of sling attachment there. Would have been perfect, but you know, they're just making this a simple grenade launcher, right? So yeah, but this works. This can work for you. In combination with this, I have decided to pick up, or I was lucky enough to pick up, some Airsoft Innovations 40 mic grenade shells. Now these are obviously really hard to get now. They're not very plentiful given Airsoft Innovations has gone under, and I don't know. I just say what you want about it, but I think this was a really cool grenade shell design. I love the fact that it's just a single barrel. It sprays out, and you can get a lot of range with this. Obviously, it would have been better had they at least, you know, instead of 150 BBs, they could have just made it 50. That way, you're not spraying somebody with a whole magazine of BBs essentially in full auto, because that's essentially what you're doing if you're filling this to the full capacity. What I found was that, in my experience of using these, is that you have to fill this roughly to about the same amount of green gas or propane that you would use to fill your pistol magazine, so about 5 seconds. But even then, right, depending on how well you fill it, if you fill it with 150, you might not always be able to shoot out all 150. And to be frank with you, 150 is a lot. It's a lot of BBs, and it's costing you. So when they taught you how to fill it, you would load your 40 mic up until you felt resistance, flip it over, and then do the little shake or twist just to funnel the BBs down the spiral. So then you would continue to fill and get to the 150 capacity. I don't bother with that. I just think anything more than 100 or however many that I'm filling with the first fill is way more than enough. So I just fill it until I feel resistance. Obviously I would fill it with gas first to about the 5 seconds, then fill it up with BBs. Once I feel resistance the first time, I just leave it, because already, however many, like let's say it's about 100, that's already enough. And the Master Mic even holds 100, so I mean, if for whatever reason, if I'm playing at a field that doesn't allow these, I guess if I really wanted to throw a grenade launcher into this, then I would just switch to the Master Mic then, you know, because the Master Mic holds 100. Probably do the same thing, just fill it until it doesn't take any more of the first fill, and then just leave it at that. But just in terms of how practical this is, I just think the 40 mic has way more like, I like it way more than the Master Mic, just because of the crazy amount of range you can get with this, right? You can get like 100-foot range, which is pretty much beyond what most airsoft grenade shells out there can do. Like, you know, even with the recent Ace Tech Ace Hive shower grenade, I think that one can probably, I don't know, it doesn't even seem like it can do beyond 30 or 60 feet even. So I do feel that, you know, within the grenade shell or the grenade launcher category, this kind of item was heading in the right direction. And it's a shame, because if it weren't for their flak shotgun that they were so desperate in trying to get out there, then maybe they'd still survive, because I think it's products like these that were great. And it's a shame that now these are few and far between. If you're lucky enough, if you're in Canada, there's a couple sites that you can still get your hands on, either this or the Master Mic, depending on what you prefer. But yeah, if you're going to use this for any fields, please just make it, like as the label says, 30 foot minimum engagement distance. That really should be what it comes down to, right? Like, it's all just because of YouTube and YouTubers just abusing this and shooting people with this point blank. Like, you were causing the problems, you know. So yeah, if another company, hopefully some other company down the road will, because I doubt Airsoft Innovations is ever going to make a comeback, but hopefully some other company will kind of reverse engineer something like this and make something based off of the same design with like a single barrel, and maybe just not 100, maybe just 50 is good enough, and then therefore it kind of provides a good balance of everything, you know. So I think this was a great product. Say what you want, but I think this was heading in the right direction as far as getting maximum range and a realistic kind of grenade shell rather than just a huge shotgun spray, you know, because that's the problem with the most airsoft grenade shells, is that it's pretty much just a one-shot shotgun blast. It's not really, in my opinion, a real grenade launcher shell. So got some footage of me shooting this, both close range and long range, just so you can see both the amount of spread that you can get with this, as well as just the hose of BBs that you would be spraying if you're, you know, shooting this at close distance. But it's pretty fun either way. So enjoy. So with that said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this brief review on the Cyma / Matrix 40mm pistol grenade launcher, as well as the Airsoft Innovations 40 mic grenade shell. Again, I really hope that, I mean, if you're lucky enough to find these in your area, or if you're up in Canada, you're going to be much more luckier to find these, right? And otherwise, hopefully some other company will be able to either buy the patents for this, or maybe just make their own version of this, and, you know, be able to make the improvements that this needed in order to be a more innovative grenade shell for airsoft. So leave your comments down below what you think and what your thoughts are with this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you guys in my future videos, and until next time, peace out, guys.